is the message that you want to be carried out from here today, from the protest today?
The only message, we're not here asking for the ending of occupation. Occupation has been there since the 1960s. We're here asking for innocent people to stop dying on both sides of the border. We're not asking for Israelis to die. We're not asking for Palestinians to die. We're just asking for the genocide that's going on right now. Over 350 people dead in 3 days, including men, women, and children, to stop as soon as possible. What we're asking for is the stopping of killing of innocent people today.
And I know there's a lot of groups that are out here today. They all have sort of, their different ideas of what's happening here. What would you like to see the U.S. government do, though, to help what's happening right now? What do you want to see the U.S. government do?
I think being fair is the only thing we can ask for the U.S. government. I mean, the funding that's going over to Israel is coming from the United States. We're not saying don't help your ally in the Middle East. I'm personally about that. I can't speak for all of the organizations. I'm personally about helping your allies. But when you're helping your allies kill innocent people, I think that's where the ambiguity of your stance comes in. The United Nations has made clear statements saying that what's going on there can be considered as genocide, and the U.S. is actually saying that they're supporting what's going on. We're not asking them to stop supporting Israel. We're asking them to stop supporting killing of innocent people.
And so you consider yourself a moderate, or I mean, in terms of your views? Because there's some would say, oh my gosh, if the land is occupied, give them back the land. Like, would you consider your views pretty moderate then?
I mean, I think being moderate is almost being fair. Ending of the occupation is always important. And I think that's a fight for another day. I think what we're here today for an actionable thing to happen today. Nobody today is going to stop the occupation. But what we can stop today is the violence against innocent people, men, women, and children dying on a daily basis. I think that's what we're asking for today. Ending the occupation in the long term is fine, but today we need to stop killing innocent people.
And are you here with an organization?
I'm here by myself. I'm here by myself and a couple of friends of mine. We're representing NAP, the Network of Arab American Professionals. But at the end of the day, we're just asking for innocent people to stop dying. That's the only message I can come keep repeating.
What made you feel like you had to be out here today?
I mean, I have to. The war is going on now, and all we can do is alert people, is make them aware. We're not here to call out the other side, to make fun of the Jews or Israelis. That's not our purpose. Our purpose is for peace and for justice. And we are here today to show the streets of New York why Palestine is suffering, why we are currently sitting, people are dying, over 400 killed and murdered. This is not an illegal state. So we are here to show awareness, to help everyone see what's happening on the side of the world. America needs to open up their eyes.
What would you like to see the U.S. government do?
I would love to see the U.S. government step in and try to at least negotiate. I am for peace. I am not for the destruction of any side. Both of us fighting is only going to hurt each other more. I would love to see the U.S. government sit down and try to make negotiations, and past that, realize that this is a genocide that is happening. It is a repeat of the Holocaust. So I just want to see talking, to at least to sit down, to allow medical supplies to come through for Gaza who are starving. I mean, it's simple.
Do you have family in Gaza?
Yes, I have. I'm not in Gaza. I have family in Jerusalem and outside of that. But a Palestinian is a Palestinian. We're all the same.
This country should be on the streets right now because ultimately it's our tax dollars that are funding the massacres of hundreds of people in Gaza right now, whose lives, Palestinian people's lives, are pretty much dispensable, and that's totally unconscionable and totally unacceptable.
What would you like to see the U.S. government doing right now?
I think the U.S. government should withdraw all aid to Israel. I think we need to call for boycott and divestment from Israel and sanctions, just the way as it happened in the 80s with South Africa. I think it's a very similar situation. It's apartheid. It's an illegal occupation, and human lives are basically dispensable. And I think it's a responsibility of people in this country to hold our government accountable for their role in this.
And what would you like to see President-elect Obama do right now at this point?
Withdraw all aid from Israel, and start getting to a real solution about that of democracy in Palestine in a way that actually recognizes the Palestinians as a people. Because right now Palestinians aren't even considered human beings. They have no voice whatsoever, and in 2008, that's a very depressing scenario. So I think we all need to be out here and fighting for something better in solidarity with Palestinian people.
So what made you decide that you had to come out here today and protest?
I just can't take any more having my tax dollars go to kill innocent civilians living in the Gaza Strip. We all know it's the most populated place in the world. 80% of the people living there are refugees. And to have U.S.-funded F-16 bombs dropping on them by our tax dollars paying for that, I just can't take that anymore. It's disgusting.
So what would you like to see the U.S. government do? What do you think needs to happen?
Immediately, Bush and Obama need to call for an immediate ceasefire, need to call for Israel to stop its indiscriminate bombing and punishment of the civilian population.